He's very credible, and the people on MSNBC who made fun of me when I said we had an informant that was missing, they should feel like fools right now.
They are fools.
And this is their worst nightmare because, again, this is a credible witness that the FBI flew all the way to Brussels to interview and sent several agents to interview.
Oh, honey. To be clear, his credible witness was never missing. He was on the lam from the feds because they want him in custody for his alleged role in a scheme dating back to 2016, which involved pushing pro-China propaganda to a Trump administration official and allegedly brokering arms deals with Chinese businesses to sell their stuff in places like the United Arab Emirates, Kenya, and Libya. But yes, Representative Comer, please tell me more about how your witnesses and investigations are totally credible and legitimate. Joining me now, Kurt Bardella, Democratic strategist and a former spokesperson for the House Oversight Committee, and possibly someone who has laughed at Representative Comer with me. It's possible that we at MSNBC have laughed at him just a wee little bit. Have you? Do you want to admit to it now?
Okay, you got me,
Keep it
Joy.
real.
I've been doing a lot of laughing. I did it.
What is happening?
I mean, you know, I remember working at GOP Oversight during the Darrell Issa days when we actually had real witnesses who weren't wanted federal criminals. I mean, if that's going to be the benchmark now for what credible, legitimate oversight should be, I mean, this is James Comer. Okay, you might be watching this and this might hurt your feelings. You're a clown, sir. You are a weapons-grade idiot. The way that you are chairing this committee is an embarrassment to you. I don't know what the Republican leadership is thinking, letting you keep getting away with these charades, these illegitimate witch hunts that taxpayers are paying for. It doesn't get much worse than going on national television saying this guy is a credible witness, and then he turns out being like a Chinese spy. I'm pretty sure I remember, Joy.
An arms dealer. I'm sorry. Arms dealer. Arms dealer. Arms dealer.
I don't want to negate this guy's very impressive resume and credentials. I remember Kevin McCarthy leading a witch hunt, kicking off Eric Swalwell from a congressional committee for something involving what he called a Chinese spy. So does that mean that James Comer now should be kicked off the Oversight Committee for giving a platform and making a witness a Chinese spy? Like, that's who's driving these investigations, Joy. Foreign nationals. What in the world is happening?
The thing that's so wild is that, you know, if they wanted to investigate a family that's got some, like, I don't know, corrupt vibes, you had a Chinese spy. This is where the Chinese spy was. At Mar-a-Lago, while he had all our documents and all our national security, she was walking on through there and then ended up getting arrested. You've got Donald Trump profiting off of a hotel in D.C. where all the Saudis and all the people were paying him and the Republicans were paying him off. You've got Liv Golf now paying him literally at Doral. And you've got Jared getting $2 billion from the Saudis. What's not to love about that? I mean, the corruption is so clear, but they don't care.
No, they don't. And they would rather go out there and actually just embarrass themselves and double down on failure like this than do the oversight that's like really low-hanging fruit here, Joy. You don't have to search very hard to find corruption and mismanagement and fraud and crimes. It's literally right in front of us every single day. And yet Comer and Jordan and the lawyers at Insurrectionist LLC continue to go down this road where all they do is humiliate themselves. And again, I keep wondering, at some point, I know for a fact there are Republicans right now in the House who are going, somebody step in and stop this because we were all looking like a bunch of morons.
Yeah, I mean, well, maybe George Santos when he's not, I don't know, fighting to get out of the back of the bus because apparently he's a civil rights hero on the side. I mean, the thing is this about them being angry that Trump is going down for corruption or is being exposed? And is it just that they need a both sides? Is that why they hate the Bidens? Biden's the most middle-of-the-road politician in history. There's nothing about him that reeks of sort of Trumpy, you know what I mean? Why do they hate this guy so much?
I mean, it's interesting because they've had now 6 months of having the oversight gavels, and they have not yet produced a single shred of actual documentary evidence implicating President Joe Biden. Why? Because it doesn't exist. This isn't 2016. This isn't Hillary's emails, Benghazi, and all of that noise. This is Joe Biden, who, all due respect, is like the most vanilla person walking the face of the planet when it comes to this type of tawdry.
Even his ice cream vanilla.
It's like I've always said that the mistake that Republicans are making is trying to make Joe Biden this great villain, because on one hand they say he's too old, he's too fragile, he's not mentally there. but we're also supposed to believe he's a criminal mastermind, moving the pieces internationally with spies in China and Ukraine. And like, which one is it, guys?
He can't be both. He can't be both. So where does this end? Because is Comer, to your point, he's not going to be kicked off the committee. He's still going to have oversight. Where does this go from here? Will they investigate, I don't know, Hunter Biden failing to get Tucker Carlson's son into Georgetown after being asked? I mean, that might be ripe for investigation.
I mean, God forbid one of the Bidens gets, I guess, a speeding ticket in the next 3 months. There'll be a hearing about that, I'm
they
sure.
don't. Fox will be talking about it all. It'll be their A block every night, Kurt. Don't sentence us
like,
to
this
that.
is all they got.
Don't condemn us to that.
I said it out loud. If this might happen now, this is my fault if it does.
That was
I'm
your
sorry.
outside voice. That was your outside voice. Kurt Bardella, outside voice. Thank you. See you later. Up next.